before we start the presentation, are any of you guys familiar with the word causation and correlation? Well, today, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Khai, and this is my partner Ty. Today, we'll be presenting about the concept of how correlation does not equal to causation through the book Freakonomics, autism, and organic food sales. Can we stop for a minute and think about the correlation between autism diagnosis and the sales of organic food? Well, let me tell you something. There's absolutely zero relationship between these two factors. Yet, there are a year-by-year correlation as shown in the graph.
Okay, now let's start defining these two terms. First off, correlation is when two things are related with each other or are linked together. When one changes, the other also changes. There are three types of correlation, which is positive correlation, negative correlation, and zero correlation. An example could be if you play more games, then you have less time to study or you have less time to sleep.
Causation. Causation is a direct relationship between two factors. It's a cause and effect relationship. It is when one factor causes the other to happen. An example would be how exercise improve your physical health and your fitness. It is because exercising has a direct relationship to your physical health improving.
The problem is that many people think that if A and B happen together, then A must cause B. But this is often wrong. There are three main reasons why this is the case.
Firstly, there are 13 factors that people don't take into account. They assume that just because A and B correlate with each other, then A must have caused B. A common misconception would be how playing basketball make people taller. The two factors is said to correlate because athletes who play basketball usually have a higher average height compared to the normal human being. The third hidden factor in here is because athletes who play sports usually tend to have a more nutritious diet, which lead to an increase in height and a better physical state.
Now, I want you all to look at this and see what is the difference in perspective. So the woman says that she wants to get married because studies show that married people are usually happier, while the man has a smarter interpretive of thinking that it's because most people don't want to get married with a person who is unhappy. And this leads to the second reason, which is why it could be reverse causation, which means that the direction of the relationship can be incorrect or could be the other way around. Another example to show this is that many people think that buying expensive clothes can make you look successful, but rather it's the people who are successful that is able to afford the clothes.
And finally, there's just zero relationship. Everything the two factors correlate as shown can be a coincidence. There's no direct relationship of causation between two factors.
These are more examples that I found using a website that shows many things that correlate with each other, but there's no real relationship. And this proves on why correlation doesn't always mean causation. In the book Freakonomics, the authors analyze data about how they measure a child's success, whether that be their behavior or their academic results. And the data that they collected overall showed that having many books at home, having educated parents, and having parents read to their kids are often correlated with success. But does that mean that it directly causes success? No, they don't directly cause success because there are many other factors that have a greater impact on influencing a child's success, whether that be the parents' income, the parents' values, or giving the child a better learning environment so they can succeed.
So the case presented in the book Freakonomics, as you can see, two factors: an increase in academic performance and child reading more books. These two data correlate, but does it mean that's a relationship of causation? No. There are other factors mentioned in the book. The book argues that parents' value and the actual environment that the parents create for the child to develop is much more important than just reading books, and this leads to an increase in academic performance.
So the main idea of the book Freakonomics and about the concept that correlation is not causation is that just because two things are connected, it doesn't mean that they have a real causation effect. And if we misunderstand this, then we will make wrong decisions and not effective decisions in the future, whether that be in education, business, work, or just relationships with each other.
Humans are parent seeking, and we have a tendency of perceiving data and assuming a relationship between two factors. But understanding the concept of how correlation does not equal to causation will help you have a deeper analysis. So next time when you come across a set of data, whether it's a finance report, business report, market report, think about the concept of correlation and causation. Find hidden factors and analyze the data in depth. Thank you.